What's up, folks? Joe here with Reverb at the NAMM Floor 2018, hanging with Dan at Empress Effects. How you doing, Dan?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Everyone's talking about the Zoia. Let's dive in. What's this thing all about?
Okay, so the Zoia, it's like a platform that you can create musical things with. So a musical thing might be like a synth or an effect or utilities, MIDI functions, anything like that. The nice thing about it, it's kind of set up like a Euro rack where it's modules and you can piece stuff together, but then you can save it, save presets, recall presets. The grid is where you do your building, and each block represents something. So in this case, we have the input of the pedal and the two outputs are already on there. So if I wanted to make, like, say, a simple delay, what I could do, I want to connect the input to the output to get my dry signal, and then to add a delay line, you just click on an empty block, and then you can add using this. I'll try and do it so that I don't block the camera. So I'll add a delay line, and then maybe I'll also add like a tap tempo there, and then I can add a tap tempo block that'll let me send a signal from the stomp switch. And then to connect stuff together, you just press and hold the two connections. So on the delay line, this is the tap tempo input, and that's the tap tempo. So I just connect the two, and now I can send a tap signal to the delay line. And then to actually pass the audio path, I'll just connect input to the input of the delay line, and then the output of the delay line to the output of the pedal. So now I should have a single repeat after my delay line. You have pages here, so you're not limited just to this grid. You can tab over and keep moving up pages, and it's basically unlimited. So you'll never run out of space to build whatever you want.
Wow.
So you can keep going and say, like, expand it to something like this, which we built kind of a tape delay effect, where out of the same building blocks, you can make a stereo line, control them each with modulation, add grit and EQ, and feedback controls, mix controls, and you can package that all together into what we call a super module, which is basically like an effect, like a traditional style effect,
okay,
and then place it on a grid so it only takes up a couple squares. And from there, you can save that, you can share it online with your friends because it'll export the presets and you can import them. So we're gonna have a repository where people can upload their stuff, download stuff that our people have done, and expand on that. Yeah, and then you could take all those super modules and build a pedal board out of that. So something like this that I've done here. If I go down, I saved it somewhere. There we go. So I built this pedal board out of those super modules. So effects. There's also a library of pre-built ones that you could use as well. So it goes like into a compressor, into a gain, EQ, tremolo, delay, and then a reverb and out. And I'm controlling the tremolo and the delay with the tap tempo as well. The other thing that the Zoia is really awesome at is building synths. So you can, kind of like a Euro rack, build it from the ground up using oscillators and LFOs, ADSRs, like the whole works. So we built a couple on here I could show you. This one was the one that was playing when you showed up. So we just set a sequencer to play the Stranger Things thing. So we just made a synth from scratch that kind of had that feel to it. You can also control it all with MIDI. So like if I went to something like this, availability and pricing wise, we're shooting for like early summer, and price, we're hoping to get it around the $450 mark where these two are, or maybe $499 depending on once we actually build a few of them and we know where our costs are. But it's going to be in that price range anyways.
Take a look out this summer for the Empress Zoia. This thing has massive capabilities. Thanks so much, Dan.
Cheers. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, cheers.